Yes, hello guys. Good evening. By the way, my name is Eyel, capital Y-E-L. Magandang gabi sa bawat isa. So I'm pretty sure na nakita nyo na kung ano yung pag-uusapan natin tonight. So, bago tayo mag-proceed doon, by the way, sa nakikita nyo ngayon, nagkaroon lang ng onting changes dyan sa background ko. Because just want to share na a few days ago, nag-repaint ako ng kwarto. So, I'm trying to align it with my brand, my personal brand. So, natutuwa naman ako kasi ang ganda ng output niya. So, bagay talaga sa mga streams na ganito. Actually, pinare ko siya sa stream na to. So, yan. I'm so glad na nakapag ano ako. Actually, matagal ko nang pinapangarap talaga mag-repaint ang kwarto kasi hindi ito yung unang kulay nito. Kung makikita nyo sa mga previous streams ko from the episode 2 and 1, hindi ito yung background na yun. So, magugulat na lang kayo, ito na siya. Surprise! Para sa inyo yan. Naks. So, anyway, before we proceed, doon sa pinaka-main, pinaka-core ng discussion natin tonight, I will be doing some discussions as well before we go with onboarding clients. So, to everyone, especially ngayong creatives, especially ngayong pandemic, I know a lot of us are having a hard time. Especially ngayon, hindi naman natin talaga ini-expect na magkakaroon tayo ng ganitong crisis, I should say. Kasi no one could ever tell na mangyayari to. So, I do empathize everyone. The reason why I'm doing this is for everyone to take enough value dito sa mga pag-uusapan natin. Not just on this episode, but on the next coming episodes pa. So, one way of me sharing my heart to you who is watching right now is doing these streams. Kasi I know ito na lang yung pinakamagandang avenue for us to have this conversation. If you really want this video, please do me a favor. You can share this stream to everyone, and I know, and I would really promise you guys na ibigay yung quality na inaasam nyo sa mga streams. No, this is not a gaming stream, but hopefully someday makapag-gaming stream ako kasi gamer din ako. So, that's my heart. That's my vision in this stream. So, without further ado, let's proceed. So, by the way, probably a lot of you are asking kung paano nga ba mag-onboard ng clients. Ano nga ba yung mga dapat nating gawin? Especially ngayon, ako bilang isang creative, hindi ko kayang gawin yun. Way back, like a few years ago, hindi ko siya nagagawa kasi ang hirap para sa akin, nahihirapan akong gawin yung mga ganun kasi feeling ko hanggang design lang ako yun yung laging nagiging mindset ko na designer naman ako may iba naman gagawa sa akin ito but kapag nandun ka na sa phase na nagfe-freelance ka na, and actually to tell you honestly, ang freelance it's not just about parang yung skills mo, like if you know how to design, yun lang yun. But it covers all. Like, accounts, sales, marketing. So, lahat yan. Kasi minamarket mo yung sarili mo. Sa lahat. Like, if you have certain target demographics, kung mayroon kang mga demographics na gustong abutin, nasa sa'yo yan bilang isang freelancer. We're not just going inside like the famous Fiverr and just create our own gig there. Hindi dapat tayo nagiging complacent sa mga ganun. Mas maganda rin kasi for me, if we are gonna use those kinds of applications and softwares, para sa akin, there's no conversation happening. Just the project itself. But when it comes to the actual conversation, wala walang nagaganap na ganun. A few could be, but hindi siya tuloy-tuloy, like paulit-ulit may pag-uusap ka sa client. So one way to onboard clients for me is, I don't know if everyone knows this, is to create an elevator pitch. So a few days ago, actually, kami ni Ricka, nung nag-uusap kami, she was the one who said na gawin ko to. Mag-elevator pitch ako at try lang natin. Try lang natin. But, so medyo na-challenge din ako at some point kasi nakaka-challenge siya ba talaga? Aminin ko na, na-challenge na lang ako. So, ano nga ba ang elevator pitch? Basically, actually matagal ko na alam kung ano yung elevator pitch. But, to describe kung ano nga ba ang elevator pitch is somewhat a compressed sales pitch. So, probably, let's put this way. Kunyari, ikaw, pumasok ka sa isang elevator, nakita mo yung pinaka inaasam mong client or what. And possible na yun na lang yung only time na makakausap mo siya. So what would you do? That's when you do the elevator pitch. Kasi ang elevator, it only lasts for a few seconds before you get to that certain point from another point. So, kailangan, kapag dito tayo diretso, kapag gumagawa ka ng sales pitch, ng elevator pitch rather, is we need to first, number one, know the problem. Ano nga ba yung problem na lagi mong nararanasan? Mas maganda kung experience, from the experience itself. Because it's really easier for you to solve it right on the spot. And that's the number 2. How can you solve it? How can you tell na kaya mong isolve yung ganitong problem? And number 3, ano yung proof? What's the proof? Ano yung kaya mong ipakita? Ano yung kaya mong ibigay? So, again, number 1, you should know the problem. Number 2, know how to solve it. And number 3, tell some proofs. Pakita mo kung paano mo siya ginagawa. Paano mo sinosolve yung certain problem na yan. For example, how can you solve these kinds of problems na lahat nasa work from home? How can you create a system that could interact different people from different places across the world? So one way is to use Zoom or any applications that you can use. A video conference app could be Zoom, Google Hangouts. So there's a lot of solutions that we can provide. So in order for you to create or to pitch an elevator pitch, redundant pala. So number 1, these are the tips. You should not say complex words, complex sentence. Kasi, for example, ako designer ako, and I'm gonna do an elevator pitch. And then, I kept saying that these kinds of words na ginagamit na ng designers, for example, fonts and typefaces, magkaiba yung dalawa. And you're saying that you're doing this, you're using this kinds of font or this typeface. So magkaiba yung dalawa. So don't use jargons when creating or delivering a creative or an elevator pitch. Also, number 2 tip, practice at every opportunity. Practice makes almost perfect, because definitely there's no perfect system, there's no perfect people, wala. So you need to practice at every opportunity. Try mo lang, wala namang mawawala. That's the goal. That's the goal of creating an elevator pitch. You need to step inside the elevator and just talk. That's the thing. And also, wag naman tayong dumating sa point na this is the number 3. Wag naman tayong dumating sa point na napakaseryoso natin. So, right? Also, we need to have fun. Kailangan ma-enjoy natin. Ma-enjoy natin yung pakikipag-usap, socialize sa mga nakakasalamuhan natin everyday. Because, probably, pwede natin sila maging clients. If not now, probably in the future, in the next few months and years. So, hindi natin masasabi. So, I suggest that we practice every opportunity and always have fun. Sabi nga dito, the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. So, as is. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes. For example, creative pitch tayo. Gumagawa tayo ng creative pitch sa isang client. The more we do it, the more convenient it becomes. For example, ako, kapag nagpe-present ako sa isang client, I do make sure na gumagawa ako ng mga field notes, susulat ako sa field notes, susulat ko kung paano ko siya pinapresent, stating the problem, what's the solution, and whatsoever. Ito kasi, ang idea kasi, bilang isang designer, it's not just about creating or putting shapes, colors inside the canvas. It's not that. Being a designer is solving great problems. Kapag sinabi mo na ikaw sa sarili mo, isa kang designer, you know to yourself that you can solve great problems. Kahit maliliit na problems, you are called to be a designer. Yun yung pinaka-core ng meaning ng isang designer. You solve great problems. And that's exciting. Ang dami kasi, I just want to share with you guys. A few years ago, parang, ang idea ko lang kapag sinasabi kong designer ako, ang pumapasok lang sa isip ko, marunong akong mag-pen tool, marunong akong magkulay, marunong akong gumawa ng gradient, or marunong ako, yun na lang, marunong akong gumamit ng Photoshop. Just an idea, it's just a tool. Designer can be anywhere, everywhere. Kaya nga lagi ko sinasabi, God is my greatest designer. He is really my greatest designer. And yes, going back doon sa elevator pitch na pinag-uusapan natin. So, just want to recall kung ano nga ba at kung paano tayo makakagawa ng ng elevator pitch. Number 1, you need to solve a problem. Number 2, you need to solve it. Number 1, you need to determine the problem. Number 2, you need to solve it. And number 3, show the proof. And yes, if you love and if you like more of these kinds of content, please let us know in the comment section below. Bago ko tawagin kung sino man yung magiging guest natin for tonight, I just want to introduce her. By the way, she is an owner and a creative lead. So, nagkakilala kami like a year ago sa isang conference, sa isang event. And siguro before pa, pinakilala siya sa akin ng senior pastor namin, and I saw na designer siya. Mahilig kasi ako may pag-converse sa mga designers kasi hindi ko alam, I get wisdom from them. That's my main goal. I want to get wisdom from them. Kung paano nila ginagawa to, anong diskarte nila sa industry. Kasi alam naman natin na pagiging designer, especially here locally, alam nyo na kung paano tayo binabayaran dito locally. So, I know yung feeling na ganun. kung magkano lang binabayad sa atin, anong yung worth natin nawawala. Nade-devalue yung pagiging designer natin. So, going back, nagkakilala kami just almost a year, I guess. So, she's an owner. She's a designer. She's an owner of Sola Fide Studios. And natutuwa naman ako at kasama ko siya tonight. And siguro bago ko siya ipasok, gusto ko lang sabihin na na-excite ako dito sa opportunity na ganito. Sobrang nakakatuwa kasi natutuwa ako sa kanya kasi iba siya kausap, kumbaga napaka-jolly niya, ganun. Siguro kung ano nasasabihin sa akin ito mamaya pag pinasok ko siya. Anyway, Without further ado, papasok ko na siya. So, yes! Hello, Rika. Kamusta? Kamusta?
Hello. Okay na, live na ba tayo?
Yes, of course.
Kinakabahan
Di ba?
ako.
Sabi ko sa'yo, masaya. Masaya siya eh. Di ba? Full of
Okay,
joy.
sige.
Sige. So,
Ayan.
sige, bago tayo magsimula, siyempre, very raw lang yung pagkakakilala ko sa'yo. And I just want the viewers to, para mas makilala ka pa. So, can you just introduce yourself? You know,
Okay. Alright.
Sure.
Sige, una sa lahat, salamat sa mga friends ko who's watching right now. Hello! Kinakabahan talaga ako. I kept messaging them. Kinakabahan ako. First time ko ngayon like, the entire life ko mag-live. Ikaw pa. Sabi ko sa'yo, grabe ka. Ito. Pasimuno ka nito. Alright. Okay, so, just a brief background, kung, just a small bio about me. I started graphic designing officially nung college. I took multimedia arts and sciences. So most of our watchers right now actually feeling ko mga kaklase ko ng college.
Nice.
Hello guys. Ayun, so from there, medyo malaki yung naging opportunity actually kasi I think we're the second batch pa lang nung time na yun, nung nag-start yung multimedia arts as a program, as a course in college. So, pagka-graduate namin nung batch na yun, medyo madami pang work na may naabot. Alam mo yun, parang fresh pa. So, every corporation seeks for their own in-house graphic designer. So, eventually, I started working after college. Started working sa isang corporate job. And then, after nun, so the company is like, pagawaan talaga. Pagawaan siya ng website. Parang ganun siya kasi parang siyang BPO style.
Oh, nice.
We create website. So I started yung parang sa professional side ng graphic designing is more on the web design. And then eventually after I think a year, nagkaroon ako ng another opportunity sa Makati. Para, ito iba namang shift to. So, may nag-offer sa akin ng trabaho, tinanong niya ako, kaya mo mag-InDesign? Actually, nung tinanong niya ako, hindi ko talaga alam mag-InDesign. Sabi ko na lang, okay. Okay. So, ito yung offer ko. Oo, ito yung offer ko. Kaya mo ba ito gawin? So, tinitingnan ko, hindi talaga ako nag-i-design kasi yun nga, kasi galing akong web. Galing akong web design. So, InDesign is more on prints, right. Ads and all. So, parang, okay, sige, tignan ko. Just, before ako mag-transfer doon sa company, inaral ko yung InDesign. Tinignan ko paano mag-work yung CMYK to RGB, ano yung mga to, and all. Eventually, upon onboarding naman sa kanila, natuto naman ako. So, yun, basically, I have a background in web design and prints. Ayun. Thank God.
Yeah, thank God. That's
thank
nice.
God, right? Thank God. And then after that, medyo syempre, since you have the best of both worlds, medyo dun na lumakas yung loob ko na. Okay, feeling ko, kaya ko na. Feeling ko kaya ko na mag full-time freelance. Feeling ko kaya ko na gawin full-time mag-gig ko. So, I think I started quitting my full-time job around 2014. I'm not sure. So, comment na lang yung mga naging kawork ko. Hindi ko sure. Alimutan ko.
Comment down below.
Comment na lang kayo kung anong year yun. Pero I think that was 2014 or 2015. Hindi ko sure. Pero yun nga, so, nag-start din ako. Medyo matagal-tagal na rin. No? Kahit sabihin mo 2015 yun, that's like 5 years ago. Na-expose na yung age natin. Ayun. So, from there, I think freelancing is really changed then like hindi lang entire professional or career life, but it really built me something like disiplina, time management, communication and all. Kasi I also started kagaya ng sinabi mo kanina, after how many years, kahit ako actually di ko din agad natutunan how to have an entire system of onboarding my clients. Kaya nga nung nag-message ka sa akin, yun talaga yung una kong naisip na, okay, maybe why not let's talk about onboarding clients since most of your viewers
Yeah.
from the last episode that you shared your life na parang nakita ko naman, madaming mga designers din. So, I think ito yung medyo na-upskill or maybe hindi natin nabibigyang pansin. Especially since, okay na kumbaga, we let the client give us the brief. We let them drive, we let them be on the driver's seat. And then tayo, anong kailangan mo? Ano ba yung creative brief mo? So parang ako, actually just last year, I was really trying to, somehow perfect this system kasi doon ko na nakikita, especially if you're a creative person or a graphic designer or and you're doing freelance, and then somehow there will be time of your life, especially this is also a good topic for those who are in the industry for like matagal na, siguro sabihin mo mga 3 years or 2 years, and then somehow nakakuha ka ng maayos sa kliyente, and then ngayon you want to upskill, you want to scale up, and then you want to upskill. Of course, with that, sasabayan natin yun ng kailangan gandahan mo na rin yung rate mo, di ba? So parang taasan mo na rin.
Tama.
And then how you would do that if yung way mo of how you pitch your client is the same thing that na ginagawa mo nung time na yung mababa pa yung rate mo. So baga doon pa lang medyo disconnect na. Kaya eto, kaya parang I've thought nung nag-message ko sa akin, feeling ko ito, maganda to. Sana may matutunan kayo.
Marami.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, yan. Ba? Who's gonna share the slide? You?
Sure. Sige, i-share ka na. Okay.
Yeah.
Go.
Alright. Let's dive to it.
Go.
Ayan. Okay. Ako, di ko makita yung slide. Hindi ko alam kung nasaan. Nasa first slide ka na ba? Alright. Okay. So, like I think around 3 years ago, I started my own design studio. Why? Because I just want to pay tax. I want to travel sa mga countries na merong, they require visa. And then one way na naisip ko ng time na yun is, kailangan ko ng tax. Kailangan ko ng proof na nagbabayad ako ng tax. Kasi nga, syempre, pag freelancers, parang, isa yun sa mga bagay na hirap tayo. So I started my own graphic design studio with that kind of vision. But syempre, as I also process it along the way, I realized that there's bigger than this. So next slide. There's bigger than this. And then, lately, doon ko na rin din na-realize that I think community over competition is very important. So, this year, nitong pandemic, I was able to, slow down, especially, hindi na iwan. There were clients that naapektuhan din ng pandemic and they have to lessen the working hours na they asked me to do for them and even do sa mga recurring clients. So, some of them, of the business na meron sila are stores. So, syempre, kailangan nila magsara or kailangan nila mag-go online. And then, of course, with that, medyo kailangan din nila magbawas sa expense. And, isa ako dun sa, the working hours that I work for them. Somehow, naman, noon na nalungkot ako, pero eventually na-realize ko, I think this is a perfect time to, to start contributing dun sa, kumbaga, I have like, parang nung chinek ko yung Instagram ko, sayang naman kasi there's still people visiting and, liking the post. So, why not start over? Tignan ko kung ano pa yung part ng brand ko na pwede ko pang maayos and all. And yun nga, isa sa mga pag-refine ng brand na ginawa ko is to really work on, and ito na ngayon, the onboarding. Okay, so let's go to the fourth na after yung, on the fourth slide. So, in this session, I'm going to walk you through every step of my client onboarding process from when they first reach out on when we actually, and saan kami actually nag-start, ano yung mga application that I use. Ito, i-share ko na sa inyo. So, sana may matutunan talaga kayo. Everyone's onboarding process is a little different. So, don't feel, if hindi mo feel na sundin yung onboarding process ko, okay lang. Like, super okay lang, di ba? Bahala ka, charot. And so, okay lang. So, but now I'm going to share to you 3 points. May onboarding process, yung welcome packet po, charot. Welcome packet or client homework, which is, ito, feeling ko medyo maraming, ano yan? Is using Asana with clients. I chose Asana kasi it's free. And at the same time, I think I've been using this Asana for like simula 2013. So medyo mas gamay ko na siya. Maraming nang nagbago sa interface niya, but it still serve same purpose, which is organizing talaga ng project. Yeah. So next slide. So here is my onboarding process. First, guys, after nga nung elevator pitch, so malay mo, after pitching to someone, you crossed by, malay mo naman, di ba, kailangan niya ng design. So ngayon, when the client inquires with me, like, ay Ricka, ganito, ganyan. Usually, pagka hindi ko kakilala, hindi ko nire-replyan na ng mahabang message. Sinisendan ko na lang ng, short message na parang, here's my client application form. Pwede mo siyang sagutan. So, sinisend ko lang yung client application form ko. Ngayon, I think last month, I launched my website. I recreated my website and then dun ko na to in-upload. Next slide. Yeah, so ito, makikita nyo on the screen. This is what, itong client application form ko. This is how it looks like. So, nandito yung mga key questions, like, ano yung ipapagawa mo, anong project, project description, gaano ka-rush, or, basta ito, nandiyan siya. Nakikita ba nila? Is it big enough for them to see it? Yeah. So, actually, you can check it to my website. You can go to solovideostudio.com/contact. So, makikita niyo siya doon. You could use it as your peg. You could use it via Google form, or you could make your own InDesign PDF, interactive PDF, bala ka. You could, somehow, I think this is a good format to start with. Then, pwede ka na maglagay ng other info or, mga required na questions para mas madali yung process of knowing if fit ba kayo or if kaya mo ba yung project na to or ano ba yung budget ni client. So, ayan. Yun yung isa sa mga important. Parang umpisa pa lang, pakitang gilas. Pakitang gilas ka lang. Show them what you got. Di mo pinapakita mo, nag-i-inquire pa lang, di pa nila nakikita yung pangmalakasan mong portfolio. Diba? Yun yung parang, just like what you're saying a while ago, na it's a whole package. Especially if you're starting to increase your rates. Don't give them something na ino-offer mo na mababa yung rates mo. Give them something new. Kumbaga, just like how Apple, include mga magagandang resibo pag bumibili magagandang paper bag na ayaw mo itapon. Give them something like that. Na parang, give them a questionnaire na hindi nila kayang hindi sagutan. Ayan. So, basically yun, yung mindset ko dyan. And then number 2, of course, is I review the client's application plus decide whether they're a good fit or not. Wow, arte naman yan. Nag-good fit or not. Oy, ngayon lang yan. Ngayon lang yan. Actually, dumating din sa point na alam to ng mga friends ko kung anong iba to nila sa akin. Oy, si ano kailangan nito? Oy, si ano, sige. Oy, si ano kailangan nito pero ito yung budget. Sige, okay lang. Ito, kailangan nito pero pa-milk tea lang. Yung mga girl, sige, okay lang din. Kasi that time, I was really looking forward for a passion project. Kasi kung sa mga tao na nanonood ngayon na they've experienced working on a corporate job, hindi ikaw yun eh. what you create inside a corporate job, hindi mo yung, baga, you can put it in your portfolio, yes. Pero, hindi ikaw yun eh. Kumbaga, it's not your full heart and soul. It's the client's heart and soul. Ngayon, sila yun. Project brief nila yun. Makikita doon yung skill mo. Malinis siya mag-crop. Ganun. Pero that's it. Parang, so, eventually, ngayon, so parang nung time na natutunan ko din na how to, yun nga, upskill, and I learned to niche. Eventually, doon ko na realize, okay, I think it's time para whether a good fit or not. And if it's not a good fit, it's if hindi talaga kami, hindi ko style yung gusto mo, it's time for me to give it to other designers. Binibigay ko sa mga friends ko, or I have friends, younger friends, and start pa lang, especially do sa mga mabababang budget na, syempre naman, di ba? Parang, ang hirap na rin mag-juggle. So, pag sometimes, nakikita ako na, okay, I think this person just need basic branding, and I know someone who could give you a beautiful basic branding. So, binibigay ko na. So, yun, it's just something to take note, just to save time. Just to save your precious time.
Yeah.
Ayan. Okay, next is, if the client is a good fit, I respond to them via email and invite them to a schedule. And I call it as an introduction call with me. So, since I work with lots of international clients, I use actually Acuity. Ikaw, alam ko, ginagamit mo is, ano ba yun? Calendly? Tama ba? Yung ginagamit mo?
Yeah, gumagamit.
Yun, diba? Kita ko yun.
Right, tama ka dyan.
Kinilik-click ko din yun, no? So, ngayon, you could actually, guys, check Acuity right now. For me, it's a good platform to schedule setting up meeting. Minsan, just to practice booking a call with me. Kahit friends ko, may kailangan ka sa akin, sige, mag-book ka ng schedule.
Oo nga, no? Minsan kasi sa sobrang dami, di ba?
Yes. Actually, hindi naman maiwasan kasi yun nga. Kasi, kumbaga, we're all working at home right now. So,
tama.
Ang hirap din ang mag-locate ng energy mo.
Yes.
So, sometimes, pagka, syempre, pagod na rin ako with the full task. Alam ko na yung gagawin ko sa buong araw. Sometimes, I just block a day. Tapos, wala akong makukuhang schedule within that day. So, the next day na sila makakapag-book. Ayun. So, when my friends are asking me sometimes, Ricka, paano to? Ricka, do you know how to do this? Para, I really encourage them, go to my website, book a call with me para pareho tayo ng time. So, alam ko, nasa Pilipinas ka lang. Pero, at least,
at least,
formal. Diba? Yan. So, this allows me to set available hours for calls, have clients choose the time that works for them and in their own time zone. Actually, with this platform na ma-manage ko din yung ano ipipresent ko sa kanya. So, pag nag-schedule siya a day before, ayun, kumbaga, I walk through ano ba yung inquiry nitong client nito, what can I propose to that person, and yun. So, this is the exact language that I use for that email. Ayan, pwede nyo na itong i-screenshot, guys. Pwede nyo na take note. Bala na kayo. So, this can be your peg. And we're giving you free content, so please like and subscribe. Charot. Yeah, so, ayan. So, brief lang naman siya, short and brief, yan. Would you be able to do that sometime soon? Here's a link to my scheduling app where you can see my available hours in your time zone and pick the time that works best for you. And sometimes, itong mga bagay na to, ito yung hindi natin napagtutuunan ng pansin. Ito yung mga contents na, ewan ko ba, napunta lahat yung creativity natin sa pag-a-adobe na lang.
Totoo yan. Napiga sa kaka-adobe.
Oo. Kaka-pentol na lang, guys. Ganun. Ayun, so, somehow I realized that presenting yourself is very important. And this is, even answering the email or just being punctual or being polite and answering their emails, hindi lang noted with thanks.
Ano sasabi niya, no? Noted with thanks. Regards.
Kasi,
Cheers.
automatic siya sa Google, sa Gmail. So,
Oo nga eh.
I think it's really important. Yeah. So once again, thanks for getting in touch and I look forward to chatting. Yeah. Minsan, may mga inquiries ako na medyo complicated. Parang, I find the project very interesting, pero somehow nakikita ko na complicated to, complicated. So sometimes, I ask them already to check what I do, to check my portfolio, if okay ba kami, if she really or he really wants to work with me, ganon. So pinapakita ko na, and then I ask them if this is if my yung mga design ko works for you. I think sige, let's continue with the scheduled call. Yan, pwede din yun. So next slide. Ito yung Acuity. It's a free scheduling. I think it's free. You can use one calendar, and then pwede sila mag-choose doon if you have consultation or just a meeting. So ako kaartehan na lang yun. Actually, pwede ko mailagay isa lang. Pero maarte tayo, di ba? May kakitaan natin yung kaartehan natin. So ibigay na natin lahat. Ayan, ito na natin to. So this is how it looks like. This is just a free account. Well, kung meron tayong mga kababayan dyan na mapapera, kaya nyo mag-subscribe, HTML custom nyo siya, actually, beautifully. I've seen beautiful scheduling calendars. As in, pretty talaga, gano'n. So ako, hanggang colors lang, tsaka logo muna tayo. Wala pa tayo pambayad sa Ayan. So I think it really works. Okay siya sa akin. Okay siya sa akin. For me, okay siya. So I hope doon sa mga nanonood ngayon na wala pa silang calendar like this, you can check. Marami pang ibang platform, but so far this is what I'm using. So number 4, next slide. The client and I have our intro call where we discuss the details about the project. So ito na para din mga medyo nahihiya mag-call, mag-start ng call. Actually guys, this is also one way to check if this client is a real client. You know, recently I got this inquiry from someone. Feeling ko sa mga nanonood dito na came from a graphic designer group on Facebook, baka na they came across with this person. So this person named Mary, I forgot. Basta, Mary Noller, I forgot. Pero yun yung pangalan niya, and then she inquired about website. So she gave me a brief. Then sabi niya, sa email niya, sabi ko kasi, okay, let's set a call. Because sabi niya, meron daw siyang condition which disables her para magsalita. Ganun ka-fishy. Oo. Parang, tapos, ito nasa kaka-excite. Ang next email niya sa akin, sabi ko pala, okay, sige, so, can you send me the project brief? Ganyan. So, nag-send siya. Alam mo, nag-send siya ng isang poultry website and she wants to recreate it according to her brand. I think it's a 17-page website. And then, nag-quote ako. Actually, before mag-quote, nagsabi pa siya sa end ng email niya, ito yung nakaka-excite na part. Alam mo magkano budget niya? $8,000. Wow! Ganon. Bongga! Oo, dito. So, I sabi ko, okay to. But ako, ginawa ko syempre, I quoted according to my rate. So, I think the final rate with the 17-page website, na-quote ko siya around 6,000 lang. Or around 4, 5, mga gano'n. Nakalimutan ko na eh. And then, nag-send ako ng proposal ng, as in, I prepared everything. Alam mo, little did I know, as in, nagulat na lang ako on the same day, someone in, sa isang group, I just forgot kung anong group yon, nag-post sila na, have you, na-encounter niyo na ba tong tao na to? Kasi nag-email siya sa akin, sabi niya, meron siyang ganitong budget, pero hindi siya nakapagsalita because of her condition, ganyan, hindi siya pwedeng i-video call, so, nakilala niyo na ba to, or what? Kasi, something fishy. Doon ko nalaman na, okay. It's
a prank.
It's a troll, charot. It's a prank, oo.
It's a prank.
So parang, alam mo, doon ko na-realize, sobrang importante na kahit nauutal-utal ka na, kahit nauubusan ka na ng English, ito, alam to ng mga kasama ko sa bahay. Kahit, sobrang nauubusan na ako ng English, namumutla na ako after a client call. May nag-aabot na sa akin ng tubig pag nasisingit nila, uy, okay ka lang. It's really important for you to really lakasan mo na lang yung loob mo and kausapin mo yung kliyente mo. It's one way to make sure na he or she is a real paying client.
Yeah.
Kasi, kahit bosses lang. Ayun. Okay, so next slide is, if the intro call goes well, I put together a project proposal and send it to the client within the next week. The next week kasi, more likely this client would, do their own investigation, or they would ask for many portfolio. Have you worked on this? Have you ganyan? So, parang meron ka ba experience ito? Ano na ginawa mo in the past? Syempre, they're investing their money. It's not just, penny. Especially yun nga, sa ganitong year experience na natin. So, somehow, I tripled my rate from before. So, medyo yun nga. So, when I started raising my rates, medyo syempre, these clients would really ask na, ano ba yung nagawa mo before? Matagal yan. As in, usually, minsan pa nga, more than a week. Nagtatanong-tanong sila about it. So, eventually, after ko mapunan lahat ng questions sila, I prepare the proposal and then we start from there. Yan. So, the next is the client gives their feedback on the proposal. So, sa proposal na to pala, guys, I also include already yung mga medyo pakutsada about payment, pag na-late yung payment mo, ito yung mangyayari.
Dapat, kailangan yan.
Oo, pagka na-late yung feedback mo, meron akong multa, sorry, ganito, after 1 week, hindi kita narinig, ganyan. So, I make sure to the proposal, it's very clear. Na ito yung rate ko, why I rate like this, because ito yung project brief. Ayun, so, I definitely discuss everything on the proposal, including kung ano yung mga project. Actually, this is not the draft. I just send them a short proposal about the project. So, minsan nandun yung mga brand audit na tinatawag. Yeah, so, yeah. The next page and the next slide is, if the client approves the proposal, I send over the links to sign their contract and pay the deposit invoice in an email. Yun. So this is a sample email I send them. Yeah. Hi client, I'm so excited to work with you. Below is a link to your contract and deposit invoice. Please take care of those as soon as you can, since they are required to save you a spot in my schedule. Yan. Yun yung mga keywords na hindi lahat. Somehow na-overlook talaga natin. Pero yan, yun yung mga keywords na bayad ka na kasi madami nag-i-inquire. So, it's also a marketing strategy kasi, usually this is the part most of your inquiries or possible clients ghost you.
Totoo yan.
Yan. Yeah, so if you are, if you will not be able to pay your deposit within the next 10 days, you will risk losing your spot and having to start a project at a later date. Yeah, so contract, since I'm yung link ng contract, usually I just send the link. I upload it somewhere like Dropbox or Drive. I don't attach it. I just make sure na pag may last minute na changes, kaya mo pa siyang i-change and you can re-upload it on the link. Hindi magbabago naman yung link usually per Dropbox. So, yun yung technique ko doon. And then, deposit the invoice. I still use PayPal, guys, pag-deposit ng invoice. Kasi, yun, medyo risky and all. Pero if they want a direct bank transfer, why not, right? To transfer wise and all. Pero, usually, as of the moment, I still use PayPal invoice. Ngayon, medyo techy na si PayPal because you could just send the link of the invoice.
Tama.
And they could just pay it via their account or credit card or debit card. Then I'll send you the next step so we can get started. So once I get their payment, and once the client has signed the contract and paid their deposit, I can officially save their spot in my schedule and send them a welcome email that confirm that we're all set to work together. Yeah, basically yun. Yun, di ba? Ang simple lang niya kung iisipin mo, pero pag wala nagkwento sa'yo, medyo mahirap siyang from scratch.
Totoo yan.
So actually, this, I just also learned this. Medyo napagtagpi-tagpi ko na lang siya by watching Chris Do, watching the other free video masterminds on YouTube. My clients who's, you know, ako yung nagsiset up nga ng mga courses sila. So somehow, I see this system and then, oh, why not? Ako din. So,
right.
Ayan. So, yeah. So next slide. Since I use Asana, I want to quickly show the client how those things work before we actually get started. I schedule a short call that walks them through everything, and here's the exact language that I use for their email. Yeah. So, hi client, thanks for booking your project. I hope you're as excited to get started as I am. Here are some steps of what you need to do next. First, read through the welcome packet. Welcome packet attached in this email. So, I'll show you guys kung ano yung few pages you could see sa welcome packet ko. Ayan. And then, join our project board in Asana. Ayan. So, this is the other tool that we'll be using to keep things organized while we are working together. You should receive an invitation via email to join your project board. Mark your calendar. So, I always make sure that they also mark their calendar. Ayokong na nagtatrabaho na ang kliyente ko ay nasa bakasyon. Kasi, ilang beses ko na ito naranasan and, you know, namumove lang yung project. Sayang yung oras. So, I make sure na nakasync yung calendar namin dalawa. I always make sure na naka-add yung calendar niya sa akin and siya rin naka-add yung calendar ko sa kanya. So, matatrack din niya and somehow it really helps, you know, when Google notifies you sa, today I'm going to get the first draft. Oh, today I have to give her a feedback. So, that's kind of important. Yeah. Number 4, complete your client homework. Because, guys, I think I also prepared a sample of my client homework here. Before we actually get started, I need to fill out a questionnaire for me. I need you to fill out a questionnaire for me. You can find this form here. Sometimes it's a link, but sometimes it's a document. Yeah. Please let me know if you have any questions or if you're still unsure about anything. Voila! Yeah. So, smooth. Kumbaga, yeah, it's a good script for you to start, you know, really letting your clients also be aware kung paano mo ginagawa yung process mo. Na para kasama sila, hindi lang ikaw yung aware sa mga pinagagagawa. I mean, on the process that you do. Yeah. So number 2, next slide is my client homework and welcome packet. So next slide, you can see here my welcome packet sample. First, of course, sabi ko nga sa'yo, since nagbabayad naman na rin sila, galingan na natin, diba? Let's do it! Girl, galingan mo na. So, I have my welcome and overview about the project. I usually thank them so much for booking and for choosing me as their brand designer. So, ngayon, actually, I more on work on branding and making the full platform for the mastermind or mga coaches. So, basically, yun na yung medyo more on, dun na ako sa side na yun. And wedding brands, yun, mga ganun. So, ayan, here's an overview, explain mo sa kanila, the overview ng project. Then the process and timeline, this is very important. Maglagay ka ng kung ilang linggo. And it's also important for you para matrack mo din kung nasa tama ka pa bang schedule. Ayan. And also, the fourth image that you can see in the slide, sana nakikita nyo. But it is it's called client care. Client care manual or client care system, whatever. Yun yung tawag sa kanya. But it's just a brief, it's just a brief manual para alam din nila kung paano ka nag-start, you know. Step 1 mo, step 2. Yung iba, nakita ko, hindi sila ganito gumawa ng, yung iba sa kanila, sobrang ganda. Meron pa sila mga pa-infograph and all. Ito okay na ako dito. Okay na ako dyan. Sakit na nga sa ulo gawin niya eh. So, yung iba nakikita ko, ang ganda, like they have their own name and their client system, client care system. Ako, ito na. As easy as 1, 2, 3.
Totoo.
Yeah, so, andyan yung mga steps para at least alam din nila yung overview ng kung paano mo ginagawa yung project. Parang, okay, this is what I get. Yan. It's like buying a Daiso vacuum. Diba? Mahal. Pero, madi-disappoint ka pag walang manual. Yes. Tama? Yan. So, yeah, that's how we upscale really and scale our freelancing journey. Itong mga part na to. Ayan. Next slide is the client homework. Guys, this is one sample you could give to your client. I mean, na pwede nila sagutan. I think I have 3 client homework. I have this, the brand audit, para sa mga agad-agad gusto na nila mag-book. Sige, mag-book ka na, bayad ka na, okay nga, sige, sagutan mo to. And I give this client homework for them, for those kind of clients na mabilisan talaga, like, I don't have this, I don't have that. Okay, sige, sagutan mo to. And then I send the next client homework na more on about the design side. So I think this is more on the contents para alam ko kung ano yung possible business names or what is their vision, especially to those clients who needs website or a material. Hindi naman tayo pwedeng, sometimes this kind of clients don't have a copywriter. They just do their own copies. So basically, it's very important para malaman mo din kung is it the right tone? Is it the right look and feel? So, dito mo sila mas lalo makikilala. So, I have the business basics, your vision, and ang pang-7 ko, medyo madami-dami pa yan. So, pang-7 ko nandito, the visuals. Ayan. So, it's just a short questionnaire din naman. Hindi naman siya mahirap sagutan kasi, syempre, dapat alam nila, di ba? Sabi ko nga, branding doesn't start with design. It starts with you. It starts with you. Yeah, so hindi ko alam kung ano i-design ko kung ko din kita kilala. So, basically, this is a short getting to know more of my clients, their business, ano yung ideal client target nila din, how I could help them. So, yun. I think this is pretty, ay nako, nagbibigay na ako na ng hint, ng sobrang maraming tips para makapagdagdag na kayo, makapag-increase kayo ng rates nyo. So, basically, this is the full package. And the next slide is using Asana with clients. Guys, okay lang. Ito na yung last. After this, you can drop your questions or what, babasahin ni Eyel. Sasagutin niya din. Siya na yung sasagot. So, using Asana with clients, ito yung, sana nakikita nila. Yan. Ito yung project board ko. I'm sharing to you my project board. This is my precious project board. Ilang buwan ko siyang ginawa and all, and dagdag bawas. But I think this is it.
Yeah.
I've seen some na medyo short. I think this is good for design, branding, and web. Branding and web. Medyo mahaba-haba, but may client na rin naman ako na-enjoy this journey, using Asana project board. And I think it's, parang pwede na natin siya i-share. Diba? Kaya na.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so, you could start with the first steps. And dyan, start here, pick me, branding homework, web homework. Actually, sometimes, I also add here sa first step yung logins. What are the logins? What are the accounts you want to connect with your website? May Shutterstock account ka ba? May PayPal account ka bang gusto mong i-add? May Instagram account ka bang gusto mong isama with the website and all? Then, brand creative direction. Bukod doon sa mga homework, sometimes I also attach here some videos, like how I walk through them, the system and all. Medyo pag masipag ako, nag-record ako ng video. Para, kumbaga, lalo na doon sa mga medyo hindi mahilig mag-schedule ng call. Magbasa. Yeah, magbasa. Ayun. So, usually I just record it and then post the link here. Ayan. And then I also schedule the first logo concept. Para, kumbaga, hindi rin nalolost si client. And then, nakikita niyo din dyan na even the client, I assign a task to them. So, I assign them to give feedback. Yan. So, give feedback. Ito, nandito, it's part of my contract na kailangan within 7 days magbigay ka ng feedback. Sorry, stricto ako. Arte, ganun. Pero yan, but this is just, a heads up for them na, okay, I've seen her post the first lab and I have to give her a feedback within a week. Para hindi din ma-move yung schedule ng project. Ayan. So, I also assigned them another approval of refinement of the design. Ayan. And then, the final brand style guide. Ayan. In-upload ko na dyan. After nun, the collateral pieces. If ever you're gonna work with other branded materials, like such as ebook, social media templates, podcast, and all. The number 6, dun ako nag-start na gumawa ng website. Kasi at least tapos na yung brand, tapos na yung mga contents niya. It's easier for me to put on the opt-ins, the PDF, ano yung mga freebies niya, what she offers, whatever. And then the website, content creation, ito na. Sometimes, a client really medyo matigas ang panga, ayaw talaga magbayad ng copywriter.
Totoo.
So dito I just really guide them na, ma'am, kailangan natin ng bio mo. Ano ba tong bio mo? So sometimes I just help them out about this. Ayun. So the website design, makikita nyo dyan. Even the give feedback, may schedule nga. The presenting of full website mock-ups. And I think you have your own website system. I mean, kung paano mo din ginagawa yung whole process of making a website for a client. Parang nakita ko yung stylescapes mo. So, ayan, ikaw, you start with the stylescape. Ako, ito na. Yeah, so present, refinement, give feedback. And then after that, the website development, at least habang ginagawa ko yung website sa mismong platform nila, kung ano man siyang platform, WordPress, Squarespace, Square ano pa ba, whatever, Wix, ano ba yun? So, at least lahat ng contents niya, na-check niya na, naayos niya na, na-arrange niya na. It's easier for me na ilatag na lang lahat. Ano mo yun? Kahit siya, somehow, nakikita niya din kung ano pa yung, na-check niya na, may typog error dito. So, hindi pa balik-balik. Hindi balik na naman. Ulit, inject na naman dito ng contents. Parang, para din maiwasan yun. And then, the website testing and training, sinama ko siya. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng client natin is techie.
Yeah.
So sometimes if a client is very passive and they just let you do their website, after the project, andyan lahat ng tanong. Yeah. Andyan lahat nakakasawang tanong. It would definitely take your time. Definitely take your time. And mahirap din kasi, of course, mahirap na rin i-bill sila, di ba? Kasi they don't sign up for extension of the project. So I just include it here. Sometimes I record a video about the training, and sometimes I give them resources. Like I give them people na pwede nilang tanungin or expert in this part, especially to those clients who needs custom codes. And so I have referrals to them. I just refer them, and then I book them for a walkthrough call. Pag kinilik mo to, pag gusto mong baguhin to, pag Pasko na, ito yung gagawin mo. Papalitan mo na yung picture na to, iba na yung banner mo. Ganon. And then, of course, the website launch. This is the happiest day of our life.
Yes, totoo yan.
Yan. So, may portfolio ka na. Charot. Portfolio ka na. Ako makliyan eh. Pakuha mo pa yung 50% ng down. Full project pay. Saya-saya. So, yan. Basically, guys, ito, I think na nakaslide. Ayun, wala na. Yeah, wala na. So, if you have questions, just drop your comments below.
Sure.
If you wanna check my website, if you wanna email me, hello ate, kamusta ka na? Charot. Ayun, and then, I just really want to also introduce my FB community, Facebook community. Wala pang laman to, guys, but please bear with me. And I think, mukhang masaya naman kasi ito si Eyel masipag mag-share ng contents niya. So, basically, di ba? Saya. So, if you love this content, if you love the contents we shared tonight, and you want more, and you want to, just get to know us more, or get to know with other designers na possible na nandito sa group na to, well, just a disclaimer, wala pa siyang laman. So, Yeah, it's just I just want to share this also na lang din na parang if you're a brand designer, if you're a graphic designer and you love our contents, if you checked our Instagram and Facebook and may something ka napulot, maybe we could exchange more ideas through this group. So join
Mm.
branding with purpose and strategy. You could find it on Facebook, or if not, I could share the link maybe here. Dito na lang. I-comment na lang. Ganun. So,
Sure, sure.
ayun. Tapos na.
Tapos
Eh,
na,
back to you!
back to me. Anyway, so, sobrang salamat dun sa presentation. Actually, I've learned a lot from you. And, actually, to take notes ako habang, nagdi-discuss ka.
Parang walang recorded. Charat.
Hindi, mahalaga kasi, para, syempre, alam ko naman na I know some of our audience would want to ask some of these things. And, yun. Actually, wala pa naman mga questions so far. I'm checking it right now. Wala pa. Okay. So, isa sa mga natutunan ko, actually, yun muna. Siguro, one of my takeaways on this presentation. Number one is for everyone to love the process and to enjoy the process of actually like onboarding clients. Kasi parang kapag kapag may client ka tapos alam mo yung parang may binigay lang siya sa'yo and then wala na, gawin mo na yan, ganun. Parang walang excitement na nagaganap in between those kinds of stuff. So, ayun, parang para sa akin, malaking bahagi kasi yung mga ganong pagkakataon, and I really do appreciate, especially eto nga yung proseso na dapat talaga na whenever we we have clients na nagtatanong sa atin, o mga prospect clients, na make it a point to like enjoy the conversation and always ask the why question hanggang sa malaman mo yung sagot. Sometimes yung isang why question, hindi yun enough. It takes a lot of why questions until you have dug deeper doon sa pinaka-core ng need nila. So, that's when a conversation gets exciting. Kasi you get to converse with the client. Especially, mas maganda nga yung hindi mo kakilala eh. So, yun nga lang, yung risk about it is that kapag hindi mo kakilala, it could be a ghost. So, maraming hindi mo alam eh. So, nandun pa rin tayo sa state of assurance na legit kaya to or what. Pero, isa sa mga natutunan ko dito sa buong discussion natin ngayon is that nakita ko yung discipline, yung management inside onboarding, yung kung paano ka mag-onboard ng clients. And isa yun sa mga mahalaga for me kasi most of the designers doesn't do that. Yung iba parang, paggawa naman ako, tol. Ganyan. Yun yung mga keyword eh. Pag tinawag kang tol, alam mo na yung matik na matik na yung ganon. So, pag tinawag ka ng tol, OMG, ano na to? Mababa ata ang singilan ngayon. Ganon. Ganon. Anyway, ako, ang dami kong nakikitang ganyan na pag tinawag kang pre, kamusta, yung mga ganon. Kunyari, nag-upload ka ng isang video, nag-edit ka, tapos in-upload mo, ang ganda. Tapos right after a few seconds, may mag-chat sa'yo, tol, kamusta? Tapos yung duration ng yung span ng conversation nyo 2 years ago, mga ganon. Alam mo ng matik na yun eh. Parang, tol, kamusta? Baka pwedeng, presyong kaibigan, gano'n. Pero, isa yun sa mga tanong ko, actually. Paano pag gano'n? How would you handle those kinds of situations? Like, sabihin natin tropa mo, gano'n. Or friend mo, or
I just sent them the entire, the real rates. I sent them the real rates. And then I created a template now wherein they could be like a paying pro bono. A paying pro bono, something like that. I call it parang project deal. Meron ako isang PDF template na I send it to them. And then this template, this PDF contains, okay, this is what you'll get. You'll get like, iba-iba. Sometimes I make it 60% off, 70%
Nice.
off. Pag pangmalakasan talaga, nako, sige, 90% off. Sige na. Take it or leave it. Ganon. But I also include there na you have to make a video testimony about about the project after, and you have to write a written review either via email or via my Facebook page. So sometimes pag medyo sobrang laki ng, I know they really have that small budget, but I love the project. Sometimes I just ask them maybe you could just promote me via your Instagram, or have a little corner on your website that has my brand, has my contact details. You could just, that people could see that I was the one who created your website. So in those kind of areas, that's somehow a free, not free, but it's a technique you could utilize this discounted rates, but hindi mo discount yung pwede mong ibigay, diba? Parang kumbaga, it's the same package, but this is what I need from you. You'll get this discount, but you have to make me a video testimonial. Yeah. By this, ito yung somehow pwede, diba? Somehow, at least I call them a paid pro bono. So I get the review, I got their testimonial, but they get the same service as, para alam din nila kung ano yung talagang rate nitong project na to. And somehow, it would also make them realize na, kumbaga, they're really investing into something. Hindi naman free na free. But dude, it's in an investment. This good design is a real good investment. It could take you to the moon.
Totoo yan.
It could unleash the potential of the business you're planning. Yeah, if this brand became successful, wala na akong cut sa kikitain mo, in the near future. You could print this to all of your merch. You could use this to all of your ads and all, and wala na for me. So, kumbaga, it's also investment. Just make them realize it's an investment. It's something that you make for a living. It just happened. It's your passion and career. And also so it's the friendliest way I do right now. I send them an Excel package, but they still have to pay.
I see. That's nice. So parang nagkakaroon ka ng other ways. Okay. At yun, may nagtanong na from Darius. Sabi niya, any tips po sa pag-reject ng client?
Pag-reject?
Yep.
Tama ba? Pag-reject?
Siguro yung idea na
okay.
Pag nireject
hindi
ka,
kami swak.
Hindi kayo swak. Gusto niyang gawa mo.
Sino nag-reject? Ako? Ang nag-reject sa kanya o siya? Nireject niya ako. Mas madali sa kanila mag-reject ng ng designer.
Pero sige, balik rin natin. Paano pag ikaw nag-reject ng client?
I don't totally tell them, I reject you. Ayoko ng project mo, gano'n. But eto na, somehow I have like the red flags. Pag sinabi na low budget, and yung budget talaga is really low.
Yeah.
I refer them to other designer who looks for free pro bono. Like, pro bono talaga, yung walang payment. Sa mga nag-start pa lang.
Yeah.
So, I have couple of friends na may ganun silang case. Like, they're just starting, but they have the talent, they have the skill, they design really clean. Binibigay ko sila doon na parang in-explain ko na lang na this is the lowest rate I could give to you, but I could refer someone who could work with you. In that sa ganong attack, sa ganong conversation, it's not just you're declining the client, but you're also winning their trust. Kasi sino bang gustong, di ba? Sino ba yung client na parang would expect someone na hindi project and magre-refer pa ng iba.
Yeah.
So it's like hitting two birds in one stone na. Na-decline mo na. they win, na-win mo pa yung trust nila. Na by not just, sige na nga, kunin ko na nga yan. Yung parang gano'n, parang, okay na nga. Parang hindi mo din pinilit. But, bigyan mo pa sila na idea na, actually, eto pa, may isa pa akong ginagawa. Pagka talagang super low budget, like low budget, binibigay ko sa kanila yung link na
Nang
Canva.
OMG. Actually, parehas tayo. Ganun ako. Well, totoo naman. Actually, di ba kasi syempre, di ba? Kung wala naman talaga, di ba?
If talaga, wala na talaga. Ito yung link ng Canva. You could check there. There's logo templates there. You could play around it. There's a free account. You can sign up for premium for 30 days. It's just for free. Just cancel it before the 30 days. But you'll get all the premium features. Then you can decorate all your materials. It's all there. Diba? Okay yun.
Yes, tama yun.
Yeah, thank you, Darius, for asking that question.
Thank you, Darius. Let's see kung meron pa mga questions. Okay, so far wala pa naman. But anyway, time is running up. And
yeah.
Okay. Siguro before we end, any businesses you want to plug in dito?
Yeah, just just like my Instagram page. If you enjoy this contents, I share a lot of free contents on my Instagram page, Sala Fide Studio. Just check it on Instagram, and if you really enjoyed this and you want to get to know more about me, Eyel, just join the Facebook community group. Just search it, or we'll drop the links below sa comment area na lang, so you could join this group. And yeah, just enjoy the resources, the free resources. Yeah, this is Instagram ko, nag-share na rin ako, not to gain likes or what, but marami din na friends ko, like na ako din na they really like the contents that ikaw din, yung mga share mo, diba? Parang natutuwa ako kasi na may mga helpful contents ka din talaga na share kahit sa akin. So, I enjoy those stuff. And it's really community over competition. Yeah.
Yes, right. Okay. I think that's it for tonight. Wait lang, yung screen sa akin. Wait lang. Okay, guys. I know you've heard a lot, and if you want some more contents, just like what Ricka said, just ask us or just drop your questions below. I think pwede naman namin balikan yung comment section dito, and we'll try to answer you. Also, please do follow our pages. Lahat kami. And yes, before ko makalimutan, I also do have my personal business, which is this one, El Comida. I'm selling chili garlic. So, what separates this from other chili garlic is that it's the most spicy ever na pwede mo ilagay sa sa meals. So, again, without further ado, by the way, my name is Eyel with the capital Y-E-L. Sa lahat, maraming salamat, and I do hope you get value from this stream. Also, tomorrow, I do have some guest. She is an event stylist. So, watch out kung ano yung magiging conversation namin. But, first time namin mag-meet virtually. So, thanks to Zoom and also OBS Studio, which is I'm using to make our stream much convenient and good and nice and great. So, lahat na ng great. Yun, nasabi ko na. Also, yes. What else? Yung group, ililink na lang namin dyan sa comment section. And also, last one is that please do follow my social media accounts at Eyel Mauricio from Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and also my YouTube channel at deyniellemauricio. Yan, alam niyo na yung una kong pangalan. So, without further ado, this is Eyel giving you guys a great night. Signing off.